Hi everybody, greetings from Pila in Italy. Just a quick video about the secret to being able to have guilt-free, stress-free holidays, and also 9 tips or 9 ways that independent practices typically are losing money every day, and what you need to do to fix those. So first thing, the big secret to having holidays as an owner is you need a team that can run the show while you're away, and they need to be capable of making sure sales are happening as normal and that business is continuing as normal while you're away. So you need a very capable team, and the secret to how you get that is through staff training and a real commitment to staff training, and not just a one-off event in terms of doing staff training every now and then. It needs to be kind of built in and just part of your culture, a real commitment to training. That's really the key to being able to have a business where you as the owner have the freedom to have a life outside the practice as well. So the 9 ways that independent practices are typically losing money every day is number 1, the failure to ask enough good questions when you're selling. So your staff need to learn that skill of asking really good questions when they're with clients, when they're with patients. And if you don't do that, what happens is you're not discovering clients' needs, and as a result, missed opportunities are happening every single day. So asking questions is a really, really key skill. It's the most important part of learning how to sell and how to do it effectively. And that's something that you need to practice and train your team on relentlessly. The second way you lose money is when you're failing to present price options in the most effective way every single time with every single client. And when that happens, or when that doesn't happen, what does happen as a result of that is conversion rate really suffers and plummets. And it's basically every time a patient or a client says they're going to go away and think about it, or they're going to come back, generally speaking, that's because we haven't presented price options in the most effective way and give them the right amount of choices, being able to use upgrades and downgrades effectively so that you can help the client arrive at a decision and not a stall, not an excuse where they leave and often they go and buy elsewhere or they don't buy at all. So learning how to present pricing and price options effectively as a system, as a routine, everybody's doing it consistently, the whole team know how to do it, everybody presents it in the same way, is a really, really key skill. And if you don't do that, basically conversion rate is going to suffer massively. Third is when there's a failure to turn 5-star service into a flood of 5-star reviews. So if your practice is priding itself on offering personal service, but you're failing to turn that personal service into an overwhelming amount of 5-star reviews, then you will fail to attract a lot of new ideal clients, because when people check you out online and they're looking for social proof, if there is a lack of social proof and a lack of regular social proof, 5-star reviews across all platforms where people are speaking enthusiastically and passionately about your practice and the problems that you solve for them and their experience that they had, then basically that results in suboptimal client attraction. So you will be missing out on attracting lots of new ideal clients. So you need to fix that. You need to fix the process for turning 5-star service into 5-star reviews. Number 4 is not attempting to sell multiple pairs of sunglasses every single time. So not attempting to sell multiple pairs and sunglasses every single time to every single client, having conversations about it, asking questions about it. Think about how many dispenses, how many opportunities are missed in an entire year because of that. Number 5 is when your staff don't know how to handle common objections that you get in selling. You have to know what these objections are, you have to know the best way to answer them, and your staff need to be trained in how to handle it every time. And when you don't do this, you will lose clients, you will lose sales, you will miss conversions, and it's so easy to fix as well. Number 6 is a lack of confidence selling highest value frames and lenses, and this brings your average dispense value way down. And if you think about this, if you have certain team members who are more confident than others and that can create higher value dispenses because they are confident in it, and if that exact same patient, the exact same client saw another member of the team and they spend dramatically less, if anything, then that's a huge leak in your business, and you have to set about fixing that by training all your team how to be confident, how to ask questions, how to be excited about what you're showing and believing in what you're showing to your clients and to your patients. So really fixing that is a key. And again, with all these tips and all these areas, if you look at what is this worth over a year? How many times are these conversations happening, and are they happening in the right way or the wrong way? Number 7 is having an uninspired stock strategy, where typically you have a mishmash of frames, samey frames, and too many brands that you're kind of half doing every brand, and that means your clients will fail to get excited about eyewear in your practice, and that can stem from your team not really understanding your stock strategies, why you have certain collections strategically, who they're for, what the purpose of each brand is for, and making sure that it supports your vision for your practice, and making sure that it's going to support higher dispense values. So really figuring out a stock strategy is essential to taking your practice to the next level, and it's really critical that your team understand that. If they don't understand it, if there's a failure of understanding of stock strategy, everything eyewear related will suffer. Number 8 is no attempt to ask for referrals without being salesy. And the thing about referrals is they should happen on purpose in your practice. They shouldn't happen by accident. You need a referrals system. Your team need to know what that is. They need to understand it. They need to be on board with it. So referrals is a big one. Number 9 is just generally a loss of excitement and enthusiasm for the job. If you have anyone on your team who has lost excitement and enthusiasm for what they do, for your practice, what your practice is all about, what your vision is for the practice, then it really costs you a lot of money. So if you have team members who are feeling worn down by the daily stress of being in a busy practice and just feeling a bit burned out, it really does affect everything in your practice in terms of sales and results, but it also affects your ability to attract and keep amazing staff and having an amazing team. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this on location video showing you the 9 ways that independent practices are typically losing money every day. And I hope as well that you see that the key is your staff. That's the key to you being able to get a break from your practice, being able to get away, and they handle everything in your absence. And it's also the key to your growth. So your staff are the key to you having your best year ever. It's all about your investment in your staff, your commitment to training them, giving them the best jobs ever, getting them excited about their job, investing in them, and that's what will take your practice to the next level. For your practice to grow, your staff need to grow. So with that said, we've got a staff training workshop coming up in a few weeks in March in Manchester, where over 2.5 days my team and myself will be training around 100 staff from our members and independent practices in the UK and Ireland. It's an event we've been doing for 7 or 8 years, and it's always an amazing event, amazing couple of days for the teams and the staff, and they definitely come back with better skills, more enthusiasm and engagement for their job, and just an excitement for helping you move your practice forward. So I'm going to show you a little clip from one of the previous staff training workshops. You can book your places for your staff to come and have them trained in Manchester at www.opticalsuccessacademy.com/STW for staff training workshop. Just click the link below and you'll be able to do that. If you have any questions, just email my team and we'll be happy to answer that, and looking forward to hopefully seeing your team in Manchester and helping you take your practice to the next level. Okay, thanks everybody. See you soon. Bye.
Where I've been working for the past year or so, our boss is really big into OSA, so we just wanted me to kind of come and get a feel for it. I think it's an important way of looking at things in a totally different perspective from an optical standpoint.
It's the 3rd time I've been, and I just think every time you come you get a lot more out of it, pick up new information from other practices and from Conor and their staff. They always trial and error different things, so it's good to see what they're doing differently and bring it on in your own practice.
It's less about technical stuff and more about wowing the customer and the customer journey, and also how to style patients and giving that really high level of service.
I think this makes you fall in love with your job again, whereas when you go to other optical conferences, they're quite stuffy, quite boring, whereas it's exciting and fun and does make you go back into practice with a new lease of life then, really.
It's been really nice to meet other like-minded people who are in the same boat as you, get talking about the way that they do things, the way that their practice does things, to kind of get new ideas. It's been good.
I really liked the tour around Jones & Co, definitely. The styling information was good. There's definitely a science behind it that I didn't know about until we've done that part of the conference.
A lot of us over the years have probably felt really frustrated in optics because you haven't been able to really give somebody that full kind of personal customer service. So I think that everybody's in the same boat. It's quite refreshing to be around other people in the same way.
Everyone is so friendly and helping. You know, you're asking questions, you're getting your answers. I think OSA conference gave me another look in optics where I can improve myself. So I definitely got that motivation.
I'd definitely say do it. For someone that's been in optics for a really long time, to have your way of thinking completely changed and do a 180, I would recommend everybody did it.
It's been a really good experience, a really good learning tool, and I've really enjoyed my time being here, for sure.
I'm very pleased that I came, and hopefully I'll go next year as well.
100% send them. It's something you're investing in, your staff really don't understand it unless they come themselves, and it's definitely worthwhile doing, yeah.